Hi everyone, in today's video, I'm going to share with you 9 obstacles that we face on the spiritual path and how to overcome them. It's important to recognize when we come up to these obstacles, and knowing what they might be is a really great tool for helping us recognize them right in the future. So this is from, again, wisdom from the Yoga Sutras. These are obstacles that distract the mind. So they cause the mind to go in all sorts of different ways, and it makes it difficult to focus on the task at hand, whether that's spiritual ascension or whatever your specific goal is on this path. So before we begin, please do subscribe, click the like button. Check the description for a free chakra healing guide, and let's get started. So the first obstacle that we face, okay, so these 9 obstacles, they can be, of course, experienced one by one, but they can also be a domino effect. So this first one can really cause the rest of them and so forth going down the line. So take note of that and how you experience these in your life. The first one is called disease. Disease can be physical disease or just physical illness, right? It can be something as simple as low backache, or something more serious that you need to see a physician for. This really gets in our way because it's just really distracting, right? You have to see a physician, you have to figure out what's wrong in the first place. And if it's something simple, then you might just be sitting there and be like, why am I experiencing this pain? I don't understand. And it kind of stops you from moving forward on the path. So that is the first one. And a lot of times this one is just in the head. It's not always, of course. Sometimes we do have physical illnesses that take a lot of time to heal, but some some of them that are the most distracting can be the ones that are just created by our mind. Um, it comes to mind, I don't know if you guys have seen the BBC Sherlock Holmes with Benedict Cumberbatch. The character who plays Watson in that one, Martin Freeman's character, he in the first episode like had this huge limp going on, and with a rush of adrenaline, he was able to just run through the streets of London, proving that it was just really a thing in his head. Um, so that is one thing that I thought of when it comes to like psychosomatic illness rather than actual physical illness. Um, Again, it might not be the case for your situation, of course, but it's just something that can come up as well. So disease, yeah. So just keeping up with our health, um, importance of wellness, checking in with your doctor, eating a healthy diet. All of these things can help you prevent the illness, the disease that will disrupt your sadhana and make it difficult for you to progress on the path. The second uh, the second obstacle is dullness. So this can cause you to feel sluggish, have a lack of interest. You're just kind of stagnant. Another translation for this word is to grow dense. So when I saw that one, I thought of when sometimes flowers will grow up too close together and then they won't grow as high because they're a little bit tired. Maybe in real life, you're comparing yourself to others. You're kind of like fatigued from that. And it causes you to kind of stagnate, kind of move like slower, be like, I'm not sure, and it just causes you to have that misstep or a missed step, like missing the step altogether. Um, so for this one to kind of overcome it, you can do asana. So movement practice, maybe dancing could help. Breath work, if you do, especially a more invigorating breath work, like Kundalini, like breath of fire, or you could do the technique that Wim Hof teaches is really great. It can be like invigorating. Um, and yeah, just getting out and moving about. For me, dancing is my ultimate one to get over sluggishness. And the third obstacle, doubt. Doubt, self-doubt, doubting in yourself. Oh, I can't do this anymore. Um, or maybe doubt in the practice, like a lack of faith, like maybe this isn't working. I tried meditating, it's not working. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, so maybe it's not for me. Having that doubt set in, of course, will cause you to stray from the practice or just lose your track of what you're doing, what your focus is. Um, and to really overcome this one, you might want to find a guide, um, or just learning through reading. Maybe if you want to read the Yoga Sutras on your own, or read Bhagavad Gita, something like this. You don't have to read a religious text like Bhagavad Gita if you don't want to, but you can. I mean, those are ancient texts that have survived over the ages, and have survived for a reason. So they tend to have really good information there. Or you can just find a guide, maybe find someone on YouTube, a teacher who can help you, maybe who can help you find clarity in what you're doubting in yourself. The fourth obstacle, carelessness. So negligence, carelessness, you're kind of almost over it at that point. You're just like, this isn't doing anything for me. And I don't care anymore. You don't care. You decide it's not worth it. And you really, really stagnate here. Or you'll stagnate here, and without care, you're not going to do anything. You might just watch TV, or you won't be able to progress. You won't be able to get anywhere without that sense of care. So to really overcome this, you want to work with your mindfulness, making sure you're not acting from an unconscious state of mind. Make sure you're in the moment, and hope you'll find your center again. It just might take some time. Make sure you continue your practice and mindfulness, and just keep moving through. Maybe again with the dancing, do the dancing or the breath work. You have to find what lights you up, what can bring that back into your body, like bring you back into your moment. Because it's different for all of us. All of us are going to all of us are going to experience these different obstacles in different ways. I'm just giving tools that have kind of helped me. So that's my best advice for that one, I believe. The next one is laziness. So kind of same thing, like I said, with the domino effect, laziness comes after not caring. You don't care, now you're just gonna be lazy. You're not gonna do it. You're not gonna do anything. Um, so to overcome this one, you might want to maybe eat lighter food. That can actually help. If you want to study Ayurveda, you could learn about that, about eating more vata foods, that's airy foods. So that's like lettuce, spinach, early green veggies, um, fruits, things that make you feel like more up. Um, and also make sure you're finding something that you really care about to do. Something that you're like, okay, this is actually worth my time to do. So make sure you really care about what you're doing. Because again, the carelessness is what leads to this laziness. So just keep an eye out on that. It's a lot of mindfulness. Just make sure you're in the zone, you're in it, and then you will be able to overcome that. And naturally following this, deep attachment to such sensual desires. So this is where I even mentioned before the sitting and watching Netflix, maybe eating too much, um, especially too much sugar, or even up to like drinking alcohol or taking drugs, things like this. Anything that or having sex, things like this. Just when you get too attached to that, this is an addiction cycle. And it you become attached to it because first of all, it's a sensual desire, so you're out of your senses, and your senses always want to feel that anyway. And it's like a distraction from the mind. When you have your sadhana, you want to be coming into the mind. But if the mind doesn't want to be looked at, or if you feel frustrated, you don't want to look at your mind, you'll distract it with all of these things that are designed to help you look away from it sometimes. And the seventh obstacle is false perception. So this can mean a misunderstanding of what yoga is, if that's your path, a misunderstanding of what yoga is, or like a misperception of your place in the world, or like what the world means. Um, false perception. I had something and I forgot. Like, bear with me. So misperception can also be like you think you know what it is. You think you know how the universe works, maybe. I thought of a something Krishna Das said at a workshop I saw. He said, anything you can possibly think of couldn't possibly be what it is, referring to everything, all right? Like God, the universe, how everything works. We're Science is getting there to be able to understand maybe how it works, but it's not fully there yet. There's still more to learn. And that can be there can be like a sense of false perception around, oh, I already know everything that there is, so there's no need to continue on the spiritual path. I'm done. I figured it out. And really, there's just infinite more road to travel along this path, this eternal path that we have chosen. This spiritual path is here. We have to go on it forever. Um, so let's see. Oh, I didn't say how to get over the deep attachment. That's important. Um, yeah, practicing non-attachment. Don't be attached to the results of things. Don't be and practice moderation. So make sure you're taking things in small doses. Um, make sure you're spending your time with something that you care about. Going back to the carelessness, um, overcoming all of that. Make sure you're focused on something that you care about, that lights you up, that makes you excited, and then you won't need to feel like you want a distraction from that. So that's how to overcome the deep attachment. Ways to overcome the false perception, just clarity, more meditation. Meditate daily. If you're not meditating daily, that's a highly recommended practice from me. I recommend that to the end of the earth. Meditation will help you bring clarity in over time. It won't happen all at once, but I mean, at first, meditation is just confusing. Um, so just you have to trust the process. You have to trust the process. And yeah, so that's false perception and deep attachment. The eighth obstacle is failure to reach firm ground. So you feel like you can't really get to where you're going. You can't reach it, it's too far. You're not able to maintain that progress. You can't move forward. You feel like you've hit a plateau. But plateaus aren't real. It's just an illusion. So the plateau is an illusion. There's always further to go up. There's more to go. So this is actually part of a misconception. You feel like you're hit a plateau, but that's actually a misperception. But because it feels so strong, you're like, I can't reach where I'm trying to go. And a way to overcome this is to really set smaller goals for yourself. Go step by step, keep it simple, one step at a time. You write down your steps each day and take them one at a time. Don't let yourself get overwhelmed. This can really help you kind of hone your focus in. And if you want to, if you have a vision that's kind of far away, just write down from that. So take your vision and go like, okay, what do I need to do to get there? And then write that down and look at what you wrote down and say, okay, what do I need to do to get there? And then write that down. So you can find your step by step from what you already see, maybe from your third eye or from what's coming through, and bring it down into the present moment where you need to start from. You have to start from the present moment. You can't, it's physically impossible to start from somewhere else. So that's a way to overcome that. And the ninth and final obstacle is slipping from ground gained. So this is a very, very frustrating thing. You get somewhere and you're like, I've made it here. And then you turn for 1 second. Maybe you get distracted by like too much TV or one of the other obstacles, and you fall back. You fall back into an old habit that you had. You fall back into old relationships, like similar relationships to what you used to have. You fall back from where you came to. You came to a higher place, you felt, and then you slipped back down. So this, of course, can be very frustrating, can feel unstable, but as long as you keep your practice consistent and don't give up on it, just keep going. One thing I heard today was you can't fail if you don't stop. And that is always going to be true. Even if you fall back, you cannot fail if you do not quit. So keep going, stay the course, make sure you're doing something that really lights you up, that excites you. Make sure maybe going back over these different obstacles, double check, make sure, okay, am I experiencing doubt? Am I doubting in myself right now? Okay, maybe I should read something that will make me feel more inspired. Or am I feeling lazy? Maybe I should change my diet. Am I having back pain? Maybe I should do asana practice. Um, and so on and so forth. So as you can see, recognizing when you have reached one of these obstacles is really great, because then you can really analyze and be like, that is what's happening right now. And then you can course correct. You can figure out what might be the next best step for you and take a small step in the correct direction. So that is it for the video today. I hope this has been enlightening for you. I really enjoyed sharing this. I really enjoyed learning about it and helping you take a look at yourselves in a new way. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up below. Subscribe if you don't. In the next video, I'll be talking about some of the symptoms that we might face when we're overcoming some of these obstacles. So keep an eye out for that, and I will see you soon. Namaste.